In the heart of a lush, rolling African village, Amina lived a life of joy and love with her husband, Coffee, and their 3 children. Coffee was respected for his hard work and kindness, and their home was a sanctuary filled with laughter and songs. One fateful day, tragedy struck like a thunderstorm. News came that Coffee had died in a tragic accident while returning from the market. The loss shattered Amina's world. She held her children close, trying to comfort them even as her own heart broke. Coffee's death did more than rob the family of its pillar. His brothers, driven by greed, claimed the family home under the guise of ancestral traditions. Ignoring Amina's pleas, they cast her and her children out, leaving them with nothing but a few belongings. Homeless and vulnerable, Amina faced an excruciating choice. Despite indecent offers from men who claimed they would help her in exchange for her dignity, Amina stood firm. "It is better to suffer with honor than to bow in shame," she told her children, their tear-filled eyes looking up at her with admiration. Determined, Amina resolved to turn her pain into strength. She vowed to survive, not just for herself, but to show her children that dignity and hard work could overcome the gravest injustices. Before we continue, please feel free to let us know from where you're watching. Subscribe to our channel so that you will not miss any upcoming video. With her few belongings, Amina found refuge in a small straw hut on the outskirts of the village, far from judgmental eyes. This humble shelter became a home built on courage and hope. Every morning, Amina rose before dawn, her heart heavy but her resolve unwavering. She tilled fields for meager wages, gathered firewood to sell, and took on any small job she could find to feed her children. The villagers, often cruel in their words, did not spare her. "Look at this widow," they sneered. "Why bother struggling? She will end up begging like the others." Her children, barefoot and dressed in patched clothes, faced ridicule from their peers. Yet these taunts only fueled their determination. Each evening, exhausted but resolute, Amina gathered her children around a flickering fire. She told them stories of heroes and heroines who overcame insurmountable odds. With words brimming with wisdom, she encouraged them. "Remember, my children, hard work is the key that opens even the heaviest doors. Never let the words of others break your spirit." These evenings were sacred rituals. Under the stars that seemed to hear their silent prayers, the children pledged to never falter. For them, each day of toil was a brick in the foundation of a brighter future. Amina, though weary, saw the hope growing in their eyes, giving her the strength to continue. Inspired by Amina's resilience, her children developed an unwavering determination. Though their uniforms were tattered and their notebooks worn, they approached each school day with fierce dedication. Their teachers, moved by their earnestness, occasionally provided them with books or supplies, admiring their thirst for knowledge. After school, the 3 children worked tirelessly to support their mother. The eldest, Adama, sold fruits in the bustling market, his politeness and smile attracting customers. His sister, Fatu, washed cars in a dusty corner of the village, her hands tired but her spirit proud. The youngest, Bobakar, crafted small decorative items to sell to passers-by. For them, these efforts were not burdens, but shared missions to lighten their mother's load. Years of sacrifice and persistence began to bear fruit. Adama graduated as an engineer. Fatu excelled in healthcare, becoming a dedicated nurse, and Boubacar, passionate about education, became a respected teacher. At their graduation ceremonies, Amina stood proudly in her best attire, her radiant smile lighting up her face. Her children publicly honored her. Everything we are, everything we have achieved, we owe to our mother, a woman of courage and sacrifice. These words moved the audience to tears and applause. With their prestigious jobs, the children transformed their mother's life. They built her a comfortable home surrounded by a garden where she could finally rest. But they didn't stop there. They decided to extend a helping hand to other struggling families, creating scholarships for underprivileged children and support programs for widows. Amina, proud and grateful, continued to share her wisdom. Hard work, dignity, and love can overcome anything. What you give sincerely always returns to you, multiplied. Before continue, please do subscribe to the channel, like and share the video. Let's continue. Time passed, and the straw hut where Amina and her children once lived was now a distant memory. In its place stood a spacious, welcoming home surrounded by vibrant flowers planted by her children as a tribute to their love. This house, brimming with laughter and life, symbolized their family's triumph over adversity. The children, now adults and well-established, ensured their mother lacked nothing. Adama, as an engineer, had overseen the house's construction. Fatu, a devoted nurse, cared for her mother's health. Boubacar, a respected teacher, kept her company, sharing stories and memories that brightened her days. Yet Amina's true legacy lay not in material comforts, but in the generous hearts of her children. Guided by her lessons, they created a foundation to educate orphans and support widows in need. They traveled to villages, sharing their story to inspire others facing similar challenges. One day, the village organized a grand ceremony to honor Amina. Beneath a large mango tree adorned with garlands, she was invited to speak. The villagers, including those who once mocked her, gathered to hear the words of this living legend. Standing before an emotional crowd, Amina, her voice steady and her eyes glistening, said, "Life tested me in every way, but it also taught me invaluable lessons. Honor and hard work are the pillars of a fulfilled life. My children have shown me that the seeds we plant with love and perseverance always bear fruit. And above all, remember, there is always light at the end of the tunnel. Help those who face the trials you once endured, for this is how we build a better world." The applause that followed echoed like a wave of hope, touching every heart. On that day, Amina was no longer just a courageous mother. She became a symbol of resilience, sacrifice, and the transformative power of love and labor. As Amina's life blossomed in newfound joy, an unexpected visit disrupted a peaceful day. Coffee's brothers, the very ones who had cast her out, arrived at her doorstep. Their faces, lined with remorse, revealed the weight of guilt they had carried. Falling to their knees before Amina and her children, they wept openly. "Amina, we sinned against you and your children. Our greed and cruelty blinded us. We failed you as brothers. The burden of our actions has haunted us every day. We come seeking your forgiveness." A heavy silence fell. Amina's children watched her intently, curious about her reaction. Amina, her eyes bright but her voice firm, replied, "Forgiveness does not erase pain, but it frees the heart. I suffered greatly because of you, but I chose not to let hatred bind me. I forgive you for myself, for my children, and for peace." Her words brought immediate relief to Coffee's brothers, who sobbed uncontrollably. They vowed to atone for their actions by supporting the charitable initiatives led by Amina's children. This moment marked an unexpected reconciliation, proving that even hardened hearts could be transformed by love and grace. For Amina, this act of forgiveness was the ultimate testament to her enduring faith in humanity. She had shown her children that even in pain, it was possible to choose light. Amina's story is a testament to resilience, maternal love, and perseverance. It proves that, despite life's harshest trials, integrity and hard work can not only transform lives but inspire entire communities. Once a widow mocked and cast out, Amina became a woman honored and respected. Her straw hut turned into a warm home, and her children, raised through immense sacrifice, grew into pillars of society. Yet beyond their material success, their generosity and humanity stood as the greatest testament to Amina's teachings. Her story, passed from village to village, became a source of inspiration. It reminded everyone that even in the darkest moments, faith, love, and courage could light the path to a brighter future. And Amina, with her radiant smile and grateful heart, became a beacon of hope for all who knew her. We have come to the end of the story. If you have appreciated, subscribe to the channel and like and share the video. See you on our next video. Bye.